Welcome to this episode of Football Manger with me, the DOGG. Yeah, so we are going to be doing Football Manager. Yeah, I'm playing Football Manager. If you have not watched me play this game before, it's quite terrible. And we will be losing. No, probably not. We probably won't be losing, if I'm being honest. It's probably likely that we'll win. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. We could just lose. It could happen. It could happen. You never know. All right. So here it is. This is our team, the Lisburn Distillery. If you haven't watched yet, we are located in Northern Ireland. We accepted this job on the basis of the name being a distillery. I have yet to have any kind of whiskey, so I don't know. I assumed they'd pay me in whiskey, but that's not happened. So I just don't know what. I don't think we're going to be long for this team. I'm just joking. All right, so here's how it's been shaping up since the last time we played the game. Here's what happened. Last episode that you saw, we actually won the prestigious Steel and Sons Cup. We are the current title holders of the Steel and Sons Cup. And you can see here, we had a player who was the leader in goals, assists, and second in assists, and average rating. Well, we didn't win that, but that's okay. But we won that. We won that cup. Absolutely amazing. And we are currently on something like a 11 game run in terms of unbeaten streak, including league games. So you can see, dating back to this draw here in this friendly, we have not lost. So our last loss was this game here. And since then, we've just either drawn that one or won every game. Some of them on penalties, but still pretty impressive. And we are now going to be in the Irish Cup 5th round. So we got a couple of cup games here in a row, and then we've got some more league games. So we're going to try to do well and hopefully win the league. That would be nice. If we could win the league, then hopefully we can find a new job. Since we last were playing, I did bring in some new players. So the team was looking as if some people might get poached. They did not end up getting poached, but I did bring in a couple more players. So Caius Metz, our striker, he has done really well for us. 20 goals total in the entirety of all competitive games, cups, everything. However, in the league games, he has not been scoring as many. So with that in mind, I did bring in another striker, and hopefully he can provide some cover if we need. This is him here. He does not speak any English, and we were forced to send him on a language course, which cost us money, and he's not even under contract to us. So we did spend that money, but we'll see if we even actually play him. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we can just get through this season. But he's fairly decent, hopefully. If not, it's not costing us all that much money. So it'll be fine. Let's attend this press conference. Are you confident ahead of the upcoming time? I would say we have an excellent chance. Yeah, first team. Yep. Absolutely. I'm really reading these. Oh, yeah, great. Oh, yeah. These are great questions from these reporters. I'm just really intrigued with what they have to say, and I totally listen to their questions in depth as they ask them. We're going to criticize this guy. I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but he's not training very well, and he's actually fairly decent in the future. He'll be pretty good for this team. So we'd like for him to train well so he can get to that level. Max Culverwell, probably our star player. He is he's on loan. But that's okay. It's all right. We will endeavor to continue to win, even though most of our good players, well, all of our good players aren't on contract. But you can see here we have gotten we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on this best players in the conference thing, league, whatever you want to call it, and we have the top 2 players. We have the top 2 players in it, neither of which is they're both on loan. Is what I mean to say. This guy who we brought in hadn't done very well for us, and we thought was going to be a big bust. He actually scored a goal in the last game, and so he is probably going to be starting from now on, as long as he continues to do well. So he's had 3 appearances, 1 goal. Hopefully that continues. But, I mean, we did sign him on a free, so hypothetically he should, doesn't really matter. Bottom line is he used to be at Arsenal. I mean, he's got to be good, right? Got to be good. Oh, and before we start this game, we also brought in a club legend, Jim McCloskey. Now, Jim is really old. He's 48, but I definitely wanted to bring him in when I saw him, that he was still playing, and he was one of our club legends or icons or something. Let's see what it actually says. He is a club icon, not a legend, an icon. But I thought it'd be cool to bring him in just for the lulz of it, because I mean, look at this. He's a half a star. He's a half a star, and I don't think he's going to make it to the starting lineup. But I'm hoping to get him in at least 1 game, so that if we do win the league, he does get a winner's medal for this. That's the goal. Get him in 1 game, so that we do get that winner's medal. Now, this team we're about to play is an amateur team in a league below us. So hypothetically, we should have an advantage over them. Before we do that, let's look at the league table here, give you a sort of an update about where we're at, what the season is looking like it's going to be. You can also see here, look, Kevin Braniff of our team has overtaken Kai Smets as the top. Well, I mean, they're tied, but still, Kai Smets was leading this well ahead of everybody in this, and he has just fallen off, not scoring near as many goals. Gary Workman, still the best average rating and most assists, although those have not been coming as easily as they were in the beginning of the season. You can see here we are leading by 8 points. So that's a pretty comfortable lead. We do have a game. Bangor has not played 14 games. We have, so it's not real 8 points. I mean, it's something more like 5, because they're probably going to win, right? But we do have a comfortable lead, and as long as we continue to win and draw, we should win the league. And that is our goal. And let's do this. Let's just jump right into it. Like I said, hopefully Caius Met scores. If not, we might have to bring in this other guy. Although I don't know that we have him on the bench. Yes, so we know. Yes, we do. We do have him on the bench. I didn't check. I probably should check those kinds of things before I actually start the game. But, I mean, what's the fun in that? We're living on the edge. Living on a prayer. You know, we're halfway there. And I just think if we try hard, guys, we can win the league. Could win the league. It's possible. Definitely possible. If the match actually loads, which I think it's about to. I saw something change. Positive reinforcement. That's right, Mark Anthony. Positive reinforcement. I believe in my players. I would never badmouth them. Ever. I have confidence in them that they have what it takes to go all the way. Too many things open down here. Shut your mouth. I don't want Spotify. I don't even know how Spotify got on here. I never used it and I've never downloaded it. So my brothers gave me this PC as a gift. And I think that I think they may have installed it. Tell them they are expected to pick up where they left off. That's what my assistant manager wants to say. You know what? I do want them to do that. So I am going to tell them that. And then I'm going to passionately say I have faith in them because they have won something like 11 games in a row, or at least are undefeated for 11 games in a row. All right. I don't want to talk. A reporter. Come on. We're about to go onto the pitch. Is that time? It downloaded itself. It has a mind of its own. Uh-oh. Is it listening right now? Is it like Hal? All right, so here we go. We've got a highlight already. Maxwell into right. Mr. Wright looking for the right pass to back to Maxwell. Maxwell looking for Doherty. Doherty. Oh, and that is a goal from Gareth Doherty. The silver fox, they call him, because he has gray hair. That is fantastic. It's a good way to start out. 2 minutes and 40 seconds into it, we've already scored. So let's take a look at this. And you can see Maxwell and Wright working well together to get the ball in. And then Maxwell just spots, hey, man, that whole side over there is completely open. If I can get it over to Doherty, he's right-footed. He can hopefully get a good strike, and he did. So that was solid. Although Owen Betts, who has already been suspended for the last game, has now gotten a yellow card in this game. So he seems to be prone to that, although it doesn't really matter because he's not our player. He's on loan. And I'm hoping to leverage this. Gary Workman tries to shoot it there, not on target. But I am trying to leverage this, hopefully this league win and all these cup wins into a different job, somewhere where we're getting paid a little bit more and a little bit more prestige. We can bring in some better players because right now it is a struggle to get anybody that's good. And we no money, although we are still making a profit as of this month. We're still making a profit. I think that's because of the cup win. They're about to get a shot. Oh, okay, thank you. We've got Culverwell in goal. I forget these things sometimes. Maxwell, don't let that guy get it. Okay, good. He didn't let him get it. And we're just content to kick it around on our own side of the field without pushing it forward and then just kick the ball forward. Unfortunately, they're terrible. Like, we're bad, but the rest of the team is terrible. And here we go. Shall he get it? He does not. But Matt's there to get the rebound, I guess you'd say. And Shields tries to power it in. He's unable to, unfortunately. Which, I mean, considering there's a bunch of players in the way, makes sense. Here's Workman with the corner. He's going to be looking for probably McCarvey. Does not find him. Their defender did well there to head that away, but we've still got the ball and we're not able to keep a hold of it. Gary Workman tried his best. We can't be too upset at him. He's done so many miraculous things for us this season that I don't like that header. I saw a clip today on the YouTube of, well, actually it wasn't on the YouTube. It was a game a few years ago, Sunderland, and they were playing somebody, and their defender tried to kick it back to the goalie, and the goalie missed it, and it went in their goal for an own goal. So we don't want any kind of nonsense like that. If you have any interest in soccer whatsoever, there's a documentary on Netflix called Sunderland Till I Die, and it is probably the most it's a pretty interesting documentary. And Caius Metz thankfully getting a goal, so we don't have to bench him, but it is one of the more interesting documentaries that I have seen in a while. And let me just say that it's pretty it's a pretty, if it was a screenplay that someone had written, I mean, I don't know how he can make him from back here, but up here, like it's right in the goal line, and he just like stands here and doesn't do anything. Doesn't even try to kick it in. But it's a pretty good tragedy. So, spoiler alert. It starts out tragic though. So, I mean, Caius Metz must have heard all these. I brought in this guy who's got it, just as good, possibly, maybe not as fast, not as quick, but a little bit better with his technical skills. And Caius Metz said, you know what? I've got to step up my game. He's brought in this guy to take my spot, challenge for my spot, and I have got to show him that I have what it takes to be the starter here. Impressive work from Caius Metz. I'm satisfied with this three. I'm not completely satisfied with it, because we've seen them go up three goals in the first half and then come back and totally lose the game. So they totally screw up and lose the game. We don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't like to. I've got to tell them to not get complacent. Although I will tell, apparently Gareth Doherty was demotivated or nervous or looked stressed. Sorry. So I told him I had faith in him, because he does have a goal for us today. So, hypothetically speaking, he's done well. And I believe that he could get us another goal. Oh no, they've thrown it in their own side and we've stolen it. But Metz just kicks it right to him, just a little pass to the team. He's like, you know what? I feel bad about the advantage we have here of being way better than this amateur team. And so I felt the nice thing to do. Good pass from Gary Workman, but fortunately just not able. I think it was Wright who had it, not able to get it to the back of the net. Again, good. I don't know if the guys aren't getting in position or what, but we were getting so many goals from headers. Yeah, do better next time. Sorry. We were getting so many goals from these set pieces, and they've just fallen off. I don't know what the deal is, but Gary Workman was getting like 2-3 assists a game, and now just he's only getting one. So we better score at least one goal in the second half, considering that we're getting so many chances. We're just not converting. Got this little cough going on. Need to get some water or something to drink as soon as I start talking in my announcer voice. Again, I'm going to tell them to show some passion, because they're clearly complacent. Caius Metz is the fastest guy on the field of play, and he tries to shoot it from the top of the box. And I did it earlier. I can do it again. Man, drive past them, beat the goalie, and score it. You're the fastest guy. He better not be offside. That didn't matter anyways, because their goalie did a good job to block it. How is that not A corner. Did he hit the post? I mean, that was ridiculous. These refs are just, that was terrible. Braniff kicked it back into the back of his own player's head. McGarvey looking for Metz. He heads it to Braniff, to Doherty, and there's Doherty. He finishes it, thankfully. Apparently, me yelling at them, telling them to show some passion, did at least inspire a couple of players. I mean, I think Metz was trying. The problem is his technical skills at actually scoring are just so low that it's like pure luck when he scores somehow. I mean, granted, he has scored 21 goals for us, 22 goals for us this season with the two today. But at the same time, how many has he missed? How many clear open chances where he should have scored? You know, I'm still dissatisfied with this second half, considering we're up 3-0 first half. I think we should have scored some more, but I don't want them to be too mad at me. Considering that, you know, some of them did score multiple goals. We did have some good, did look good at times. I just think we should have done better. I think we should have done better on that one. So we advance in the Irish Cup to the, what is it? The fifth round. Which one was that? Guess it was this one. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like Metz was the player of the game. My reaction to the match. Yeah, they were great, man. Absolutely superb win against an amateur team. It does look like maybe, hopefully, he did get inspired by me bringing in another player that's as good as him or close to. Because he didn't really have anybody pushing him to compete for that spot he had. And with the added competition, immediately he goes out and scores 2 goals after being in a run form where he's, you know, well, I mean, he did score 2 goals here, but we're not counting that. The league, he has not done as well. 0 goals. And he does have a good rating in those games because he's doing other things, but if he's not scoring and he's leaving it up to other players, I don't like that. I want my striker to score. He should be the one leading the charge in that area, in that attacking area. All right, so we did make it to the 6th round. It looks like. See right, I was going to point to the screen. You can't see where I'm pointing. But right here, the Irish Cup 6th round draw will be tomorrow. So we'll see that. Let's see. The board has announced that due to concerns over club finances, they've decreased the percentage of transfer revenue able to retain from player sales to 0%. How are we selling players? We don't have anybody under contract. I mean, granted, I wonder if Nick Alpha, formerly known as Nick Beta, is going to get poached here. I wouldn't be surprised. There's been interest in him for a long time, and we are in the transfer window right now. So this is a time frame where people can leave if they choose to. So hopefully that doesn't happen, just because we want the depth. We want to make sure we have some backups in case someone gets hurt, but he could leave, hypothetically. We didn't even watch the draw. Whoops. Looks like we are going to play Newry City AFC, who are in the league above us. So, I don't know if that's... I mean, we've beaten teams in the league above us before. So I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not we actually have a good chance, because we've seen so much. Every time I think we're going to lose to one of those teams, except for once when we did lose, we've won. So if we look here, you see This game, Larn, I expected to lose that one, and we did. Maybe that was my fault. I should have had more faith in them. But then since then, I mean, we've lost a couple of times in the league to teams at our level. But other than that, the teams above us, we've actually beaten. So maybe we've got a shot. We do have a very large team, but I don't care. Because we're going to leave this team right after we win the league. Hopefully. Again, they are paying for us to, for me rather, not us, you're not involved in this, just as fans maybe, to get a new coaching license. So I'll hopefully be better. And so all these players that they are trying to steal from us are turning those other teams' offers down. I imagine they don't want to leave because we are doing so well, and it looks like we are going to win the league. We've won a cup already. They're probably looking and say, you know what? I'd rather stay here where I've got a shot at playing and winning the league. Hopefully I can. And Nick Alpha does it as well. He doesn't want to go either. He wants to stay. So it's good news. And these loans don't really hurt us because we're not paying anything for them. They're free loans. They're completely free. So they really don't do anything to hurt us. All right, so our next game here that we're coming up to is we're actually playing the reserve team for the Corline Reserves. So it's a reserve team. Hopefully we'll win this. I mean, one would think. And that is the third round of this. Oh, there's so many cups, man. And they pay nothing. We didn't get any money for winning any of those rounds. And I was hoping that the deeper we go in these, we'd actually start getting some prize money for winning some of these leagues. And we've gotten none. We did get prize money finally when we won the championship. But to play in all of those games and make so little, not even enough to pay for a single person salary, basically. Absolutely ridiculous. The cost of running these things. I would just say no to being in the cup competitions because you're not getting paid. And I know that in England, you want to play in the cups as a lower team because you do make money from that, from winning those games or participating in those cup competitions. The further you go, you continue to make more money, obviously. And here, imagine going to the semifinal, having played all these extra games, your guys are tired, you're paying extra money because they're paid per match, and then you lose in the semifinal and get nothing. Just doesn't seem like that would be worth it to me. Again, I'm no expert. We have had a little bit of a break here. Maybe I should have scheduled a friendly match in between these two games, as we did have about like a week's break. And I think our guys, but maybe our guys do need a break because we are playing all these games. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, he's only out 2 to 3 days. So Lewis McGarvey, one of our best players, hurt. But Jack O'Connor, you don't play. Send home. He's got a virus. Hopefully he doesn't spread it to anybody else. We don't want it to spread into anybody else, so we're sending him home. That's the last thing we need is just a virus spreading through the team, like some sort of a corona effect, It's probably what it was, too, because look at the date. Look at the date. If you can see this up here. No, it looks like the duck is in the way. It says the 21st of January, 2020. It's happening. It's happening. Our season is going to be ended, and we're not even going to be given a chance to have that promotion. Terrible. Absolutely horrendous. So we are going to have to start somebody else for Lewis McGarvey's spot because he is hurt. That is not ideal. That is not ideal. Thankfully, that guy that we're starting in that spot, Barry Moore, Somebody did try to offer him another contract, and he stayed. So that is good. At least we had somebody to slot into that spot. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we can find a different job and get out of Northern Ireland, because there really is, unfortunately, just not a lot of money to be made here and not really a lot of room for advancement. If you look at all right, so it looks like the champions were the Clifton of the one cup competition that we actually did get knocked out of, which was the County Antrim Shield. The winners of that were Cliftonville Football and Athletic Club, and the runners-up were Larne. So even some of these teams, I think, in the Premiership are semi-professional teams. So it doesn't seem like there's enough money for these teams. I mean, look at this team. This team is almost always in this Premier League. They did drop down here, but they've gotten up there. They stayed up there since 2014, basically. And they're still a semi-professional team. So it doesn't bode well for us, because if there's not enough money, again, semi-professional all the way up, it seems like. Pretty impressive that Cliftonville won that. I'm guessing some of these other teams were, I mean, they've never even dropped out of it. Look at this. Semi-professional. This is a team we're going to be playing. You can see they're pretty decent. They have been pretty decent. Finally getting to some professional teams here with them. There's another semi-professional one. There's just not much money. Another semi-professional. So it's a mix up here at the top. Again, another semi-professional. Well, that one, the top one that's leading right now is semi-professional. And Larne, it's professional, not. It doesn't seem like there's much of a future here in Northern Ireland. Like if we get to be the best team in this top league here in Northern Ireland, it's not like we're going to be able to compete on a continental scale. Like we'll go to these competitions in Europe and we'll just lose in the first round. And we'll get paid a little bit of money for that, but then we're not going to there's just not much advancement. Really isn't. And there's no point to have a scout or any of these things other than to bring people in on trial. There's not really much we can do. And it's worrying. But look at this. Kai's Metz did so well in that last game that he's back up to like 4.5 stars. So he had dropped down to like 4. That's pretty good. Solid work from him to improve his abilities. All right, look here, we are going to be going up against a 4-4-2 formation, which should be okay. We should match up well with that still, I hope. I guess they didn't like that I told them to pick up where they left off last time. They didn't care for that. So maybe that was the wrong thing to do. I think they also think this game is, maybe I should have said, don't treat this game like a give me just because it's a reserve team. That doesn't mean that you're going to win. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like, oh, we're actually wearing our red, which we don't see this very often. Often we are wearing that white, which shields into Metz, and he is off the post and just doesn't even think about following it up. If he had been forward thinking, he would have moved forward and actually gotten to that. Gary Workman here with a corner, looking for somebody right there. Doesn't find Shields, who was the closest man, and they're able to clear it. Again, I think if Metz had been actually putting a little bit of effort in, he would have. Interesting. They went for a short free kick there, and they're trying to work it around. It doesn't look like it's going very well for them as we press. And yeah, we are able to take control of it. I guess they don't have any confidence in their free kick abilities. Gary Workman working it down the pitch. Oh, they're able to get a good tackle in. Gary looking to get the ball back, unable to, but Wayne Rooney here with the ball to Emeka Okafor. Emeka Okafor lumps it forward, boots it, Betts there to get the ball back, and Metz just heads it to their player. I don't know why this is a highlight, as it's just two teams being poor. But we are not showing the quality that I expect, and we're facing a reserve team. So this is what I'm talking about. These guys, they just assume they're going to win because they've won so much that then in these games where they should be absolutely destroying, they don't do well. It's like they just can't work up the desire to win in these situations. And again, I don't know what's wrong with our corners where we were scoring so much from these, and that has just not happened in a while. Gary Workman. So Gary Workman, he continues to try. And people named Gary, they're just hardworking. That's just the bottom line. So that's his 7th goal of the season. He's got, I don't know how many assists, but finally somebody did something good. B. Moore, who we brought in from, he's filling in for Lewis McGarvey. He actually was on the find Workman there. And that's similar to that other goal that was in the last game that I think was also Workman, where he was open on that side. So if they can get the ball over to them, hopefully, it might have been Doherty though, but the people in that position looks like that's a vulnerable spot for some of these teams where all of our guys are on one side. They're not really looking to the other side. The guy's open and he's able to score it. Mr. Wright taking it forward, looks for former Rangers FC player Shields, but he doesn't want the ball. He doesn't want to lose his legacy as having played for a decent team and now falling very far. Former Northern Ireland international player. Gareth Doherty, though, he's also not letting off the gas. Gary is a striker. Who'd have thunk? True. Yeah, good job by Doherty. I don't like these attempts from the top of the penalty box, though, because that just, if you're relying on your ability, that's luck. I mean, past two guys, they're not in their greatest position. The goalie's not able to get there in time. That's more, I mean, it's a quality strike, but I think I'd prefer that we try to get a little bit deeper in there, have a little bit easier time of it. And Metz with the drop off again. So this is what I'm talking about. He does real well, then has a big drop off. Does real well, has a big drop off, and he's not getting in a good run. Yeah, don't get complacent. 2 goals is not enough to celebrate the win just yet. Even if they've only shot one shot, one goal. If they get another one, maybe a little bit of confidence. You never know. We're not going to take anything for granted. That's the bottom line. Because look at that. Probably looking ahead saying, hey, man, who should I pass it to? A guy right in front of him. And that guy, he's saying, hey, that guy's not even paying attention. I can just steal this. And here they go with it, with some good stuff forward. And, unfortunately, they got a little carried away, and Culverwell there to pick at, to stop that advancement. But still, that's exactly what I'm talking about with this. And I don't think it's just these players. I think it's in general. Like, we're going to meet this if we go to a different place. But what does worry me is the financial situation more than anything. Like, I wouldn't mind. There's Metz, thankfully. Another header from Metz. If they bounced off the post and in. Solid. And Gary Workman, of course, with the assist. But like I said, the financial situation is more worrying. If we're not able to make enough money to help this team to survive, then there's no real point in sticking around. The way that we're playing, the wins won't matter if the money's not there. And even when we were playing teams that were well above us and looking at their average attendance. We went in and looked at their average attendance. It was not much more than what we were bringing in terms of fans. You can see how empty these stands are. This is a cup game that not really many people care about. It's against a reserve team. It's not a big matchup, but I was hoping that by bringing in club icon Jim McCluskey, that people, oh, that's interesting. Let's go to the match. I remember the good old days, and man, that looked like it was going to be a goal for them. They've done better in the second half of getting a couple more chances, and that's what I'm talking about with complacency. If they get complacent and they hit, all they need is a few shots. If they're good shots. I don't think long term that we're going to go ahead and take Gary Workman off. He's done a workman-like job, but bring on Johnny McCaw for him. It's not a position McCaw actually plays, but it'll have to do. We'll even move McCaw forward some, so he's playing in a different area. I don't know if this is the best decision, but there's not much time left, and I'm hopeful that it's not we suddenly lose the game because we don't have another wing back. I don't like spinning this team into debt, but I'm hoping by winning more of these cup competitions, winning the league, will make enough to get them out of the red. That's the hope. This might be our last shot at the goal here. Ferguson to take the free kick. He's someone we brought in as a replacement for some of those center guys, and he does a great job on that free kick, scoring straight from the free kick, just curving that ball really well. We might say bending it like Beckham. I mean, it's not the most curve I've ever seen, but did well. That's a solid win. The good thing is they didn't let off the gas in the second half. Doubled their score, and I can say I'm genuinely pleased with that. I think some of those scares in the beginning of the season where we did let off and teams were coming back, maybe that finally got through to them that they can't just stop. All right, so that looks like our next team we're playing is a team in our league. I think. Yeah, Bluefin Sports Premier League. Yeah, this is another team in our league who we have beaten. I don't think we've lost to them, let's say. Yeah, we've not lost to them. Hopefully we don't lose to them again, this time. And again, no money for that. Let's see the finances. The financial state here it's worrying, man. Look at that. What is that? All this money, match day expenses, other 28. What was this? What's this? $28,000. That's not even. What is that? Where did that come from? Because this isn't actually what we're paying here. We're not actually paying that much money because we have a big squad here, but not all of them are making that much because they're not all playing and they're not all on the bench. I don't know what that expenditure is. Other is all it said. 20 grand. Ground maintenance. Is that it? Was that what it was? No, this month. I don't even. Other. It just says other. I want to know what this other is. I mean, what? I'm. Is it like a front for the Northern Irish Mafia or something? What is this 28,000? I have no idea what that could possibly be from. I thought we were going to. Last time I looked at this, we had made money the last month. We were making, I don't even know what happened. Like, look at this. In January, it's still January, and we had made $53,000 and it's completely gone. What? It's like they stole the money from the income and then counted it as an expenditure against us. I mean, do we start? Are there any jobs open? Let's go look at what jobs are open. I don't think. Well, Chelmsford City and Darlington, we might be able to get those jobs. We don't want any Northern Irish jobs. Definitely don't want that. There's no way Cardiff City or AFC Wimbledon will hire us, which is too terrible. But I mean, do we apply for Chelmsford City and Darlington? Where are they sitting in these? Because that's a question that we have to ask. We don't want to. Let's see. Head coaches. And this guy got fired. So Dave Robertson was fired. Yeah, and this Tony Finn must be the interim manager. But I don't think they're in danger of getting. Maybe they were just supposed to be doing a lot better. Not sure why he got fired. Embezzlement. Yeah, I think so, man. Maybe it wasn't such a great idea to take this job at the distillery. So I don't remember what the other team was that was looking for a manager, but it doesn't look like we wouldn't be in too much danger of being relegated. So we'd be safe this season if we did leave. And we would, I mean, I wouldn't call it a lateral move. It would definitely be a move up to the Vanarama National League South. But at the same time, I'd hopefully like to get something a little bit more prestigious. Yeah, they'd finished 4th, 3rd, and 4th these past couple of years. And where were they picked to do? Yeah, 4th again, and they're down in 10th. That's why he got fired. What's the other one? I'd rather be in the Vanarama North. Man, look at this. Darlington used to be in League 2. Oh, they must have. Yeah, it looks like they went bankrupt. That's what happened to them. They were losing money. They went bankrupt, and then they got reformed. So they got reformed as a new team down here in the counties leagues. And then they've earned their way back up into the Vanarama North, National League North. And let's see what happened to their guy. Maybe, who knows? They're 10th. They're also mid-table. And one would think, he got fired. One would think they were expected to do better than that as well. So season preview, what team was it again? Darlington? No, they were expected to do 11th. I'm not sure why that guy got fired. Will Mannion. He's a pretty good player. I've heard of him somewhat. Kingsland. So, I mean, I don't want to go to these teams, but maybe do we put in an application? Darlington Pair Transistors? Yes, that's exactly what it is. I mean, I do kind of want to see this thing through to the end of the season, and there probably will be more jobs open at the end of the season that we can apply for. I think that's the best option, but it's a little scary to see that number drop, the income drop. We were making money. I mean, let's look at this. When did we play that cup game where we won? It was last month, but we were still, I just looked at the finances just a few game days ago, and we had made money. So I really don't. Look at this. Home team gets $965 from television rights. What's the point of even? Absolutely horrendous. I don't know. If there was a job that I thought would be a little bit more interesting, I might apply for it. Those ones, they don't thrill me. I think it's better than these ones, but at the same time, like obviously, I mean, I'd love to be at Wimbledon or Cardiff City, but neither of those teams is going to hire us, and there's no point in applying. Is there? If you think I should apply for a job I have no chance of getting, let me know. Hypothetically, we could apply for these jobs in Northern Ireland, but I want to get out of here. Well, the getting's good before I get caught up in whatever the criminal activity here at the club is. So I'm not interested in that at all. I just don't know how you're supposed to compete when they're stealing money from the coffers. Aim for the stars and come crashing down like one. All right, we'll apply for it, and hopefully we don't get found out by this club and get fired. And hey, why are you applying for other jobs? I think you know why. Who is this guy? We can't afford this guy. I don't want these scout. I don't even know why I have a scout. I should just fire the scout, honestly, because he's just costing us money. Get rid of some of these staff members. Fire. Yeah, let's. Actually, I don't know even if these guys get paid. Let's say, yeah, this guy we should never have fired this guy. Terminate contract. We have to pay $1,500 in compensation. What if we did? I don't even. We're not going to be scouting anybody. Pay me more money or I leave. Simple. True. I mean, we are doing pretty well. So, in terms of winning, not in managing the finances of the club, but I mean, I can only do so much. What is this other expense? This is what scares me, because here the bonuses, that is the money that we're actually paying them. That's the match day money that we're paying our teams. And what's the match day expenses in here? That money I understand. What is this $28,000 just marked other? Other. That's concerning. Let's see. We're expected to look at this. You look at the projection. By the end of the season, we're expected to be about level with the wins. I don't know. So it says end of this season, we're expected to be $1,000 in debt. That's not too bad. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know who this guy is, but he should do better at his training. Lewis McGarvey, you're always doing well. You're probably going to get, yeah, he doesn't, he's mad at him because I've praised him too much. Ultimatum's got to love him. Yeah. All right. So I guess, I mean, there's no way Cardiff City or AFC Wimbledon are going to hire us. There's zero chance. It looks like somebody got that Chelmsford job. So let's go ahead and apply for them. I mean, why not? Right? Let's apply for Cardiff City. Who knows? They're just going to reject us, by the way. It's just going to be rejected. Oh, I almost applied for Darlington. Whew. I don't want to go to Darlington right now. We can get a crappy job at the end of the season. Yeah. I don't even think we're going to get an interview. I really don't. I mean, that would be such a huge jump to go to the championship in England. That'd be from Northern Ireland, being a coach who's never played other than amateur soccer, didn't have any badges or coaching licenses before he even showed up in Northern Ireland to be the coach. And he's scammed his way to get some badges paid for. Hey, I mean, we're winning. So is it really a scam if I'm producing on the pitch? I don't know. So this team that we're playing, Port Stewart, has been inconsistent. Well, we have won all of our games going back. So our form is really good. There's not so much. But you never know. I was hoping we would get some more players in that would actually be we couldn't get a good enough loans is the problem. Look, his Mets dropped down again. You saw it last time. He was at 5.5 stars. Now he's at 4. But bets went up. So I guess that's why, probably. I'm just a little. Yeah, I mean, we're producing on the pitch. We're winning. I'm just telling them have fun, you know. Don't get too. I don't want them to be too nervous going into this game. This seems like one that would trip us up. If I tell them, you know, there are last week's game, they decided that they were not going to respond to that. So I don't know if we're just going to say the same thing over and over again. That's not promising, as that I didn't really see what happened there in terms of the corner going out that far, but we did get it back. And Ferguson looking for Gary Workman, really poor pass. Gary was nowhere near there. He does well to get it though. And he's giving it back to Betts, who's the best player on the field right now. McGarvey to Ferguson. Ferguson from way out, and their goalkeeper, unfortunately, it does. I mean, he tried his best to deflect it there, but it's still gone into the goal. So good job moving it around. 3 passes to get it to Ferguson, and then he just barely touches it and almost out. So he did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna trash the guy too much. I think Bangor did lose their game, possibly, or at least drew it. So they're level with us in terms of games played with this one. Okay, no, they did lose. I think maybe and somebody else won. So somebody else, their team has moved up into second place, and that is not good. That's not what we wanted to say. Was them scoring a goal. We need this win to make sure that we are well ahead of second place. Because look at that. Lim Vady, who I've not even heard of, I don't even know if we've played them, suddenly jumps up into second place. And it's looking like we are in for a fight here. Yeah, we may have to look for some substitutions. Gary Workman with the free kick. And fortunately, Dean Shields with his second goal. Glad I brought him in, even if he does get paid a little bit too much. That might have been worth it to get us back in the lead. Because I would like to see this one. And that's still, with them, I don't even know how they jumped up so high. They must have more, you know what it is? They must have played more games than us. Let's see. Look at the league table when we go back out, and it shows up on the screen. Don't get complacent out there. Ferguson getting stressed over me saying, don't get complacent. I don't know what more I can do to just get it through these guys' heads. So let's go ahead and look at this. Yes, they have played one more game than us. So that's why they've jumped up so high, is they won their game. And because they've drawn 2 more games than Bangor. That's 2 points extra that they've gotten. So on them. And they do have, so that's why. Not too alarming, but still. We want to make sure that we're well ahead of Bangor, because they're still in a position with a game yet to play to meet us. So Wright looking to pass it, but he's, I mean, where's one should think so. Red card, ref, horrible tackle. Didn't even touch the ball. Just kicked him in the back of the legs, and it is a red card. Good call. Absolutely right call there, and that should seal the deal for us. I mean, if they come back with 10 men on the pitch and win it, Owen Betts, Gary Workman, teaming up there, a set piece goal, that's what we were asking for. We've done so well at those, and it's good to see some form in that regard improve and get back to where we were. I mean, just a beautiful job Like, I don't know if he was looking for bets there. I think he might have been trying to just get it to the far post, but he absolutely nailed where he was at, and he was wide open for the header. You look, they had 2 shots on goal, 1 on target, and they made it. Here's another one. Same spot, and oh man, Bet's not there in the same area, but he does score it. That was more lucky than anything, but it did work, and that is a good thing. It did Gary Workman, if you know what I mean. Looks like they hit it, so I don't know why Doherty is celebrating. He had nothing to do with it, and he is doing terrible. Oh, that's a different Doherty. I guess that's what happens when you're in Ireland. I was looking at this side, and they've got a Doherty as well. Let's rest some people. I'm going to take some of these people off. Kevin Brand, if you can go off, we'll bring on Johnny McCaw. Dean Shields, we'll bring on this Emil Nigoy guy. And Doherty, some rando can come on for you, and we'll just hope that it doesn't screw it up. I mean, we could, hypothetically, here's what we could do. What we could do is, look at this. Terrible. None of these players should be here. What we'll do is we'll just switch up how we're actually playing. So we'll put this guy target me on support. We'll bring McCaw out wide and drop Harris back to the middle here. And we'll put him on a defend role just because we have sort of gone with this wonky shape. Yeah, I mean, there's not much time left, and we are most likely going to win, but you never know. I'm sure stranger things have happened. Well done. That was a good win for us. Hopefully this form continues. And what's good is these games are starting to get spread out a little bit. So we did have a real congestion up in this area when we were playing. I mean, there's a ton of games, Shield, Cup this, Cup that, Shield this, Shield that, and then the league games. And fortunately, those have started to thin out since we got kicked out of one of the Cups. We lost and then knocked out. I should say we didn't kicked out. It's not like we were robbed of the place or something. But we did, and we won that other one. So we're only in 3 Cup competitions now, or 2. So we won that one. This one we got knocked out in. Yeah, so there's 3 left. And we have this one we're in the final. And this one we are not in the final. I don't know who competes in this one. But hopefully we have a good shot at winning this one. I don't know. No, we're not going to win that one. Why are there so many cups and we don't receive anything? $58 for winning the league game. Betts 2 goals, getting him man of the match. Interesting. I'm hopeful. Let's see. I'm sure that we're going to email here in a few days saying we decided to not grant you an interview because you don't have any experience other than 1 season and you don't have the appropriate coaching license for this level. You're just some random guy. Some random dude who wants to coach for a prestigious team like AFC Wimbledon. Interesting, AFC Wimbledon was also one of those teams that ended up going bankrupt and being reformed. So here we go. Informed my job application has been unsuccessful, with my application failing to make the short list. The board decided against shortlisting you in part due to holding mild reservations about your suitability to deliver the club's highly ambitious vision for the future. This is mainly seen as a result of your complete lack of experience in guiding teams away from relegation. I mean, they're not wrong, but I don't think we're going to be relegated. I think we're comfortably not relegated. So I would say that's guiding a team away from relegation. Yeah, I mean, do these teams even, I don't even think there's any relegation from this. This is the lowest league. There is no relegation from this. Doesn't look like. So I guess maybe we didn't do such a great thing. Hopefully we can secure the championship. I was still reading that email. What did that? Gooch form deserves USA call up. Lyndon Gooch from Sunderland. He's an American? Yeah, place of birth, Santa Cruz, California. Plays in. I'm guessing he's one of these guys born in America but lived in England, because it does say he's homegrown at club at Sunderland. So that means he was trained by them 3 years before he turned 21. That's the rules of how that counts. All right, where were we? There is, however, recognition that your strong commitment towards playing attacking soccer could align well with AFC Wimbledon's vision. I guess that's the search for a new head coach is ongoing, with the team currently interviewing the preferred candidates for the job. Oh, thanks for telling me. But anyways, I guess that's a consolation that they recognize, you at least like to attack with your soccer, and we do too. I guess we're still in the running for the Cardiff City job. Zero chance. I mean, we'd be in Wales, but there's zero chance that we're going to get that job. I mean, I have no confidence that we'll get an interview for that. If we get an interview for that, I'll be very surprised. Very surprised. Highly unlikely, though. What I think we'll do is, at the end of the season, we'll look and see what kind of jobs are open, what we think we can get, and we may just do a mass apply again like we did before. But it was fun being here at Wales. Exactly. We'll be inside of a whale. Or Jonah. Just call us Jonah, because we'll be in Wales. Hopefully we can get out of Northern Ireland. And what I don't want to do, so there's two types of teams in Wales. There's the teams that are in Wales that play in the English football leagues. Cardiff City, Swansea, I don't know if there's any others, but they're real big teams, the most popular teams in Wales. And they make a lot of money because they're in the English Football League, which actually people watch and get TV money, and people go to the games. So or you can be in Wales, and essentially it's a lot like Northern Ireland, not much money, not much of a chance of you actually getting the types of players in to do anything in Europe. So if we do go there, we have to make sure that we're going to Cardiff City or Swansea, and not the other one. Binathan. I don't know where that came from. Benjamin is his name. Agnew. His trial period is over. Our scouts tell us he's a 39. We should not sign him. Okay. The transfer deadline for Northern Irish clubs is tonight. Would you like to take an active part in the media coverage that traditionally surrounds the deadline day? No. We're not signing anybody. We don't need that, because there's no good players that we can actually bring in at this point that will make a big difference. Captain, RB Wales here. Computer. Hello, computer. Oh, sorry. Hello, computer. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, we get it. So many emails. If I knew that I'd get so many emails just from being a coach in Northern Ireland, maybe I wouldn't have taken the job. Armagh City, this hopefully will be a win. I don't know how many more games we need to play before we secure the championship. Yes, Dexter. Dexter, what are you talking about? Oh, great. This guy got placed on the loan list. Not that we wanted him. He's no better than anybody we have. Worse, way worse. So I don't care about that. I scouted all these guys to see if they would be any good. And, I mean, they're just not. The reality is there's just not much improvement here. Without any kind of money. None of the good teams want to send us their players. And I think we've gotten the best we can get from Notts County. We kind of rated them and got all their best players. What are we doing? We're looking at the league table here. So we're leading by 8 points over a team that has played 16 games. And the next, so Bangor, if they win, they'd be at 32 points. So we'd have 5-point lead over them. And then, so Bangor and Limavady United are the only ones within striking distance. And we've got a comfortable 2-win lead over them, essentially. They'd have to win 2 games, and we'd have to lose 2 games, picking up no points for them to catch us. Let's look at the schedule, see how many games we have left. Not that many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So we have 5 league games left. So in a couple of games, we could potentially secure the championship before the season is over. I don't know. Maybe I am. Who is this? Who is this person? He's contracted to us? I've never heard of this person. Sorry, I don't know you. There's no point having you on the team. If you're costing us money, especially, you got to go. Because we're just losing $20,000 for no reason. Other costs like grift, theft, one might say, embezzlement. I don't know how we can't possibly make that up. That's a huge loss. There's no way. We're done this month. Look at these expenditures. We started out in August. We hadn't picked up as many of these good players, and we were averaging about $20,000 in expenses. And we were bringing in, depending on how we were doing, $10,000 to $20,000, and then we had this huge amount here, and we were down to something like $20,000 about in our loss column because we won that cup, and the prize money was enough to jump us up to $53,000, and we should have been at $20,000 in expenses. That's $30,000 that we would have made, and then hypothetically, that's not counting the gate receipts that that might have come in the next month after a cup win that were improved. So we don't know. We won't know until next month. Hopefully we don't get another bill like that, but just outrageous, absolutely outrageous. Completely wiped out any advantage we had from winning that cup. I just don't get it. I don't know what could possibly that have been. Do. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to tell Lewis McGarvey he's done well because he hates me. I've told him he's done good in practice. Maybe he should stop doing good in practice then. I won't have to tell him. All right, yeah, we weren't going to transfer for anybody. They brought in Joe McGovern. Oh, he looks like he might be not as good as Culverwell. I just don't know. If we win these big cup competitions, hopefully that does bring in a similar amount of money and we can wipe out that debt. But if they're just going to steal the money, if they're just going to take that money, and this is just absolutely horrendous. Here's our income for January. What happened? We had the lowest we had made all year was $11,000. Suddenly we're at $9,000. We didn't play as many games. What was the deal? we've been going into this strong, and I just don't know what's happened. Yeah, we were looking at $30,000 in debt. After being at 53, we'd gotten down to $30,000, and then that expense came in. Maybe I'm harping on this too much, but there's questions. There's questions about the financials here. All right, so previously we have beat Armagh City. I don't know what the score was in that, but we could check. And our only meeting that it wants to tell us about, we have beaten them. And we don't need to know the score. Bottom line is we need to go in and make sure that we win this. We have no room for error here. No room, no margin for error, because we've just got to win everything. So I can get a different job, so the team doesn't go out. If we don't get another job, so that we don't get, the team doesn't explode and die. We owe Armagh City after what happened in our last match. We beat them. I don't know what it's talking about. The only match it said was that or did it say they won? I don't know. Maybe I looked that wrong. I must have looked that wrong. Were they one of the? Oh, we did. We lost to them in our home game. I looked at it totally wrong. We do need revenge. And it is not looking good as they get a shot on goal and they make it. Oh, boy. We've gone attacking so far. We've just got to keep with it, I guess. 4 minutes in, they have got our number once again. Although that was the game we were leading 3-0 at halftime, and they ended up coming back and winning. So finally we get a shot on goal. We don't get the highlight, so it's apparently terrible and not worth showing. But now we're starting to come back, getting some possession time, and down into their side of the pitch with even on shots on goal and target. But they're coming with another look. I wish I had looked at that closer. I might have changed my tactics. I just assumed we'd won. And we've got to clear it. Oh my, this is not good. We're going to lose this. I have no confidence in them. Concentrate. What are we doing? We are absolutely getting hammered here. Bats to Workman. Trying to get something going here as Doherty nearly dribbles it out of bounds. Does find Workman. Ferguson to Metz. Metz looking to even it up, and he shoots it wide left. Oh, that you knew that I had no confidence in them. Yeah, I mean, I might absolutely switch things up. If we go another goal down, we've got to bring on like this new boy here. We don't have Nick Alpha on the bench. And the second half, we're going to have to look for some new blood. I mean, even before second half, we've got to make a change here. These guys are absolutely getting destroyed. We're taking Metz off, and we're gonna tell them to get creative, because that was horrendous. Yeah, they don't look like a team that's going to win. You have the ability to make a difference. Go out there and do it. I just don't know. I mean, we start out with the ball, and it's a highlight. This is either good or bad, obviously. But Shields, and they just intercept it. And looks like Campbell's going to get it. He does. But good block there. But we may be good for us here, as we're looking for a counterattack. Here is the new striker we brought in. And he does nothing. They do nothing. Okay. Shields got to come off. He's on us. Everybody in the attacking area is. We don't have McCall on. Oh, man, this is. We just have nobody to bring in. And I didn't even take Yeah. I don't know what to say. This team absolutely has our number, and we're showing no signs of life. Oh my word. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. I should have seen it coming. If I had read it, looked a little closer, I just assumed we won. But they had won the last game. I would have dropped down. I would have probably put it at balanced and not done this attacking, but we have to attack now because we don't have any option. They're 3 up. There's very little chance we'll come back. But I mean, imagine to lose this way after winning so many games in a row. And the next game we have is against a better opponent, I think. And we were hoping to bring that good form into that game so we could win some of these cup competitions. Gary Workman, absolute beauty of a strike there. Hopefully that's enough to get our guys inspired. I still am going to shout at them some more, but Gary Workman, he at least wants to win this game. Show some passion. We have a throw in here. Maxwell to McGarvey. McGarvey, I don't know what he was doing. I have no idea what that was. Absolutely terrible. Hopefully they make a mistake here and we get the ball in their area. Doesn't look like it. Although Workman there to receive that one, but poor pass from him almost gives it to the other team. Gary Workman streaking up. He's looking for a cross. He does get it into the box, and there's Doherty. Oh, offside. Oh, I think that's a blow we're not going to come back from. He is not off. How do you call that offside? That is absolute garbage. There is no way the linesman was right on that one. I'm sorry. It might have had the little red line in front of the yellow line, but that is horrendous. We got to go very attacking. There's not much we can do at this point. And it's a loss. Man. I cannot believe this. Pummeled, battered, bruised, beaten. Terrible. Right when we were talking about winning the league, I'm far from happy. I don't care. They can be switched off. They can be angered. That was horrendous. That team should not be beating us 3-1. And now Bangor is in a position funny enough, Gary Workman was the player of the match. We were pretty even, except for they were completing their chances, and we decided we didn't want to do that. Oh, well, here we go to the round of a cup we won't make any money from. It's an away game, but that doesn't matter because these premiership teams here in Northern Ireland get no more fans at their games than us. So that will be not enough money to make a big difference. If we were in beleaguered, if we were in England and we went to one of these big teams and played an away game there, we'd come back with a lot of money and all of our debt would be wiped out. Absolutely all of it. I mean, to be stolen apparently by this mysterious others expense. But that was not good. I want to take some of the blame for that. I should have come in with a different strategy, but maybe at 1 down, I should have switched it up. I don't want to, this stuff doesn't praise recent form. No thanks. That was, and they were just getting so many shots on goal there that were good. And our goalie just didn't seem to want to do anything. Supposedly the best player in the whole league, and he looked like he was the worst. I don't care about any of this. Let's just get to the next game. Hopefully we can bounce back from that loss with a win against a better team. I am not confident. And we should not, I mean, the guys should have been rested. They should have been ready for that. Sure, move McConnell to the reserve squad. Whatever you say. Let's see. With the season rapidly reaching its climax, the race is on as Lisburn Distillery, Bangor, Limavady, Armagh City battle it out for promotion from the Belfast Telegraph Championship 2. It promises to be, it's also the Bluefin Sport Premier Intermediate League. So I don't know why it says this. It promises to be a fascinating conclusion to the campaign as the teams involved battle it out right to the very end. The most eye-catching fixture sees Lisburn Distillery take on Bangor. That's a must-win. Must win. It's at our stadium, I believe. Let's say teams. Yeah, it's at our stadium, which is a 7,000 capacity stadium. We don't get anywhere near that in terms of people actually showing up. But I mean, look at this. Armagh City hadn't won a game in a while. They win against us. I don't know why that matchup seems to be such a problem for us. That's two times we faced them and 2 losses. Bangor, at least we've won 2 of those, and they've only won 1. Who do we have left to play? Hopefully, Limavady again. So we have them yet to play. Bangor, we close the season. I'm hopeful that we can secure the championship before the Bangor game. I don't want to be going into the last game of the season with that hanging around, the idea of having to beat them to get automatic promotion. Because I do not want to have to play a playoff game. I don't want to have to worry about whether or not we're going to win. Is basically what it comes down to. I need to make some changes here. We don't need an extra goalie on the pitch. I don't know why we didn't have any subs for these wingers on the. We'll bring this guy, I guess, Rousen. He's not very good, but I don't know who else. Paul Young, that was a guy that was playing for us earlier in the year that is not good. But we don't have much options here. Let's see, what's our depth chart say? I guess we can check that out. O'Hanlon was who was starting before Dean Shields, and Johnny McCaw and Doherty and Braniff. What happened to O'Hanlon? Why is he not on the bench? Well, what's up, P-Money? You're at work. We can't watch while you're at work? Oh, pinch of salt. If we got this far, why can't we go all the way? It's fair to say Lisburn Distillery didn't have the best of times against Armagh City. Oh, my word. I don't want to say anything about that. Oh, yeah, Kevin Braniff's awesome. Kai Smets is great. Oh, all my players are fantastic. I have just the utmost confidence in their abilities. This guy, waste of time. Release him on a free. He costs too much to have on the bench. We don't need him. We don't need him. We should never have brought him in. Release on a free. Adios. Bring back Nick Alpha, formerly known as Nick Beta. Yeah, I mean, Nick Beta, Nick Alpha was, he deserves that. I mean, he's been here all season. Boom. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. I work from 9 to 5, and then I don't know what song that is, but I'm singing it for one. My baby takes the morning train. She works from 9 to 5 and then she takes it home again. All right, let's look at this closer. We have not played this team. They are totally going to wreck us. They are in excellent form, and we just are coming off a devastating loss. So they are the favorites as well. It will be interesting to see what happens here as we face the inevitable loss. Alarm goes off at 7 and you start uptown. You put in your 8 hours for the powers that have always been until it's 5 p.m. Then you go downtown. Looks like they're playing a 4-3-3. I don't know that we match up well against this. I have no idea. I don't know anything about tactics. Go play without pressure. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. They know it's a lie. Some of them knew it was a lie. Send assistant. I ain't got time to worry about that stuff. And let's play this game. Not looking good. Already starting off with a highlight. Rain's out. Oh, but we get it. Workman. Gary. Come on. Oh, yes. Okay. Didn't want Gary to be the person that lost the ball there, but Betts is okay. Braniff looks like we're competing here so far. If we can actually get it into their side of the pitch and get something going here, as Shields takes it up, he stops. He thinks about it. He boots it to nobody probably. But there's Gary Workman. Never mind. It's somebody. Definitely somebody. Gary Workman looking to get it into the box. Gary may be looking for no. He's passing it over to Shields, and that's a goal from Dean Shields. Assist by Gary Workman. Maybe that other team just matches up well against us. I don't know. We have started out with a bang here. Opening kickoff, 45 seconds was it into the first half of this game, and we have scored on a Gary Workman assist. No surprise there. Dean Shields, again, somebody we brought in with a lot of experience in higher leagues, international experience, and he has he's done well for us. 3 goals, not blowing the doors off by any means, but I see well onside there. I don't know why there was even a question about that, but has definitely shown some skill, and has Gary Workman another assist to Dean Shields. Hopefully that continues as we go up 2-0, 6 minutes in against the team ahead of us in a league above us. Let's see. First was the song 9 to 5. Second was Little Shop of Horrors. Last was Michael Jackson. Working day and night. Workman not putting in the work. That was. I was not. I'll say when I saw that opening kickoff highlight, I was not expecting us to score. Here's Workman looking for a third set piece goal. Gary Workman, 3 opportunities from set pieces, a corner and 2 free kicks. 3 goals, 3 assists, and he is finding these guys with pinpoint accuracy. As this Newry City AFC, 1 shot on goal, 0 on target, and we are coming back with a vengeance after losing to Armagh. I mean, I don't know what is about that team as Metz heads it over, but it's still a decent look that seems to give us so much trouble. But look at all these set pieces as we are absolutely battering. Gareth Doherty now with his second goal of the game. Every one of these goals, an assist by Gary Workman. He better get man of the match for this. Definitely my man of the match so far. 4-0, 20 minutes in. This is a team that is supposedly better than us, right? Yeah, they're in the league ahead of us. 5th in the league ahead of us. A team competing for possible promotion to the premiership, Premier League of this nation of Northern Ireland. And we are absolutely destroying. 4-0 is the score. Absolute destruction. And This is stupid. Look at his average rating. 4 assists on 4 goals. He's responsible for all of them, and he's behind them in average rating because they've scored goals. So Gary hopefully will get a goal of his own here and jump ahead of them in the average rating, as that not quite on point with that header, but still, our guys are challenging, and they're in there to we're going to take out Dean Schills. Looks like he suffered a twisted knee. We don't need him to be on there and getting hurt further, so we'll go ahead and switch him off. O'Hanlon's done well for us in the past, and with Gary Workman out there still, I mean, we've still got a chance to do anything here. Workman to Maxwell. Oh, looked like I thought that was in. Decent strike from Maxwell. Wants to get his own goal. I'm very happy. I'm not even going to waste my time with the complacency thing, because if we lose after going up 4-0 and them only having 2 shots on goal the entire game, and we're destroying them in possession, we're destroying them on shots on target, they've got 13 fouls to our 1, then we deserve to lose. I'd probably just retire from coaching, because obviously I wouldn't know how to. I'm obviously a terrible manager if we lose after going up 4-0 and with that level of destruction. What I don't want to see is, I want to see us still pushing. I mean, we are 28 shots on goal now, 12 on target, but nothing is I'm going to demand a little bit more from the guys, as they're threatening with a throw in here. But Workman, I'm just going to clear that ball up to Metz. Metz going forward, he's outpacing everybody, but he's got a poor angle, gives it back to Doherty. Doherty probably going to look for a long ball here. He does off target. Not surprising there. Not surprising. A good effort from Metz to get it up there, get it back to Doherty, but then Doherty just got too excited and took a poor shot. Throw in here from Maxwell to Braniff. Braniff into O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon looks around, finds Wright. They're trying to pass it around, find an opening. Not a good pass there, but Braniff there to receive it still, and we lose it. Again, a little chance they're going to come back at this point, but it is a little disappointing to see us once again do so well in the first half, and then Gary Workman. Absolute man of the match from Gary Workman. As he clears yet another strong challenge from them, and Metz has got an opportunity to just kick it over to Doherty for no reason when he could have outran these guys. Doherty knocking the ball past his opponent, and he touches it right before it goes out for the corner. Apparently he didn't want to see Gary Workman get that 5th assist. It looks like Doherty wanted to keep his man of the match, is what I'm thinking. We'll go ahead and take these guys off that have done so well for us for the last couple of minutes. I should have apparently kept Gary Workman in, as here's another chance for a set piece, and we don't score from it. The ball was sitting on the goal line, and we did nothing. But we win it. Again, 36. So we got a ton of shots on goal in that second half. Didn't convert on any of them. So that's a little, I'm not going to get too upset at them, because we did win 4-0 against a team that's supposedly better than us. But I don't know why, what was that loss about when we come back and absolutely destroy the next team? Destruction. Even worse than what we got beat. We were actually competing in terms of shots on goal, shots on target. We just weren't converting them and giving up those easy goals. But this one was absolute destruction, as they didn't even look to threaten hardly at all. And their only good chances, Gary Workman cleared the ball out of there. And Dean Shields is out 5 to 8 days, so it's a good thing we took him off. I don't think Doherty was the man of the match, but it is what it is. John Gregg had implied that your mind games and the build-up to the match might have contributed. I'm not interested in that. Mind games? All I said was, hey, man, yeah, thanks for the compliments. I don't know how that's mind games. The fairy tale continues. You must be delighted to progress further to progress further in the competition. Brilliant feeling. Absolutely brilliant. Substitute Gareth Doherty, when he was on a hat trick, raised some eyebrows today. He can't have been pleased with that decision, can he? I felt confident the game was won. We have some important matches coming. The Gareth needs to be fresh for. True. We don't need to ruin those guys that are leading. Gareth Doherty's a joy to watch. Yeah, please. Very pleased with that performance. I'm rumored that Lewis McGarvey will be. It is rumored that Lewis McGarvey will be leaving the club in the near future. Performances like that are hardly going to reduce the interest in them, are they? Yeah, he's playing well, and I remain confident keeping out. Who do you want in the draw for the next round? No comment. Don't care. Don't care. An impressive 4-0 win there. Yeah. Let's see. Injured Shields out of enough. It sucks. It sucks as the cup final for this next game, which is against a team in the Premiership. So that's a disappointment that he's injured. That's unfortunate. We might. Oh, we took that guy. We maybe we'll do a 2-striker system. I hate this captain. I thought we got rid of that guy. Is he still our captain? Oh, okay. This guy wants whatever. We promised we're going to play him. We're not. The season is almost over. If this guy gets upset, we'll just release him on a free. You getting upset? Release on a free. You're disrupting the locker room. There's no point. So we're going to be bringing on Johnny McCaw, who's was doing really well for us in the beginning of the season. 8 goals in the league. No, 3 goals last year, 5 goals this year. Not too bad. And 11 appearances. That's pretty solid for the winging position there. As McCaw was done pretty well for us. I'm not going to complain about that. Not at all. And he will be starting in place of Shields. We'll switch. I don't know who this Mikey Withers. He was at the club prior to. What do I care? He was at the club prior to me arriving. Why should I care about this game? I have nothing to do with it. If he's got stuff with his club, that's on him. If he's got grief with the club, his old club. All right, the draw for the Irish Football Association Challenge Cup quarterfinal is made for today, and we shall see who it is. All right, draw next team. Ballymena United versus not us, Glentoran. Lisburn Distillery at home. So we did get the at home. I don't know how much of an advantage that is, considering they'll probably bring more fans than we will. Versus Ballyclare Comrades, who are only 1 league ahead of us as opposed to 2. So that's. I wish we would have got this Donegal Celtic, who are in a league below us. I'd have preferred that, but was not to be. We've just proven we can beat a team that's ahead of us, in the league ahead of us, as we have all season. We just can't beat the one random team that's in 4th place in our division. Did we get any money from that? I don't think we got any money from that. No prize money. I'm guessing. No prize money whatsoever from that cup competition against the bigger team away, and we've made very little in gate receipts. Very little. It's like you have to win these cup competitions for it to even matter. That was an away game. 727 in attendance. It's a little bit more money than what we make usually, I guess. I mean, we have 148, so it's those are our away games. So it's our home games, 155, 148. So it's not some like astronomical amount of money like one would hope from going to a bigger team, home stadium. But considering the the amount of people that supposedly can fit in these stadiums, the fact that they're bringing in a fraction of it, a tenth of what can probably fit in it. You can see if Gary Workman and Johnny McCaw have a strong partnership and play well together in their selected roles. So that's good. We've got some good partnerships on the pitch here. And hopefully that will be enough to secure us a win. We do need to make sure we play Jim McCloskey in one of these games coming up in the league, so that he can be a part of. He can actually get the winner's medal. Yeah, go out and carry straight from when you finished last match, not scoring in 45 minutes. All right, this is a final. It's a cup final here. And we're looking to win. Not looking good so far, as Moyola Park threatening here. And we've done well to stop that threat. Metz, he's looking to outpace everybody. Instead, he passes to Doherty, but he's still going up the pitch. He's looking maybe to get a pass back from. But instead, it's to McCaw. McCaw's had some long bombs this year, but he gives it to Wright, who, tries to squeeze it in. Not able to, as it's just wide right. Just wide. And they've got a throw in here. Stewart looking for somebody. Rafferty looks like. Rafferty taking it up with ease. No one challenging him. No one nearby. No one looking to take the ball from him. Nobody in sight. He easily gets it in. Thankfully, he's terrible and booted it over the top of the goal. But this is not what I was hoping for. So I'll tell the guys, get creative. Do better. As there's absolutely nobody in this stadium. Be interesting to see what the numbers are on this one. We do get it ahead. It's headed away from them. We do finally get it to Metz, who we were looking for earlier. And here's Metz. Oh, he just gives it just a little tiny pass to the goalkeeper. It didn't even look like a shot. Just a little easiest, softest pass. Hey man, you want the ball? Here you go. Looked like a great shot. I mean, not shot. A great chance is what I mean. Great opportunity, not a shot. Poor shot. Great opportunity, poor shot. As they try for a tackle, not able to get it, as Ferguson keeps the ball, but his shot is no good as the defender stops it. And then Braniff does get the goal. So we are leading, and we've started to dominate here. We're starting to come back in terms of possession and shots on goal. 3 on target to their 0. So we don't need to watch. I don't want to watch the replay here. Let's just go straight back into it. We don't need to see that again. Yeah, and we are ahead in possession, and we're starting to take over. Here's Culverwell, who boots it forward, looking for Doherty. Does not find Doherty, but the header is back to Maxwell from the defense there. And he does get it to Doherty. Doherty looking to advance it. He's going to try to get it in. No, he just tries to do it himself. Metz wide open. Metz wouldn't have made it either, but at least it would have been a better shot, hopefully. One would think. At least it would be goalwards as opposed to trying to get into the stands. Metz with a header. No one behind him. Not sure what the point of that was, as they are now on the advance. No. Back to McGarvey. He does find Metz, and Metz manages to head it to one of his own teammates as opposed to the other team. Metz looking to, I don't know what he's thinking there. These guys on the team just seem to think they can shoot it from a million miles out and make it every time because they've done it once. I'm gonna demand more. We should get at least one more goal in this. I want a comfortable lead because we are known to lose it in the second half. We need to guard against complacency. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I want them focused. I want them pushing forward, not retreating, not trying to guard the win or something stupid like that. Something dumb like that. I've no highlights here as Caius Metz now on a yellow card, and they've got a corner in here. We need to clear it. Culverwell does well to catch it there. They weren't even nearby. Poor corner from them. But the bottom line is we're going to make a substitution here. Metz not doing good enough. On comes Nick Alpha. And hopefully he will do well for us. I mean, Metz is hot and cold. I mean, with his lack of technical abilities, it's really up to his speed and getting into good positions. Gareth Doherty, 16th goal of the season, as both he and Braniff are threatening to catch Metz up. I don't think they will by the end of the season, but considering what an advantage he had at the beginning of the season, and just a huge start to the season for him in goals, it's been pretty disappointing to see those guys catch him up. But I'm glad somebody's scoring. Yeah, proceed with the tactical changes. Bring on Nick Alpha, and we'll see if he's able to do anything. He's already trying. He's showing some life there. He's looking to advance himself up the pitch, and good tackle from the other team. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Mikkel Hatton. I don't know if that guy's name was Withers here. Fortunately, we are leading. I'd prefer not to have them score here, but it would be it would not be the end of the world, let's say, if, at least not yet, as it looks like they might, and they do not yet, but they do have the ball back, and looks like they've won a corner. We've done well to defend corners today, as on their other, they've had 7 corners and done nothing from them. But this one, they do at least get the ball back, as Hevron gets it. Now McGarvey and somebody else were there to just try to get it away. I think it was Neil, maybe. I don't know, Neil's not even playing. I don't know who it was. And once again, we're showing, maybe, I don't know. I was hoping Nick Alpha would bring on a little bit more energy. But they're threatening here. And there's plenty of time left. There's still 20 minutes left in this game at least. So I'm going to go ahead and sub off Gary Workman. I don't like to do it, but these guys are tired, and we don't need. Here, he's got a corner opportunity here, and there's nobody there. So once this plays over, he's going to come out or bring him and give him a rest, as he's kind of been the workhorse of the season. He's tired, absolutely devastated every game, as he's doing everything on the pitch. That one just wide. Would have liked to see Doherty score that, but good chance from him, just not able to find the target. I guess our assistant manager wants us to play more long balls. That's all we do, is boot long balls. I don't know what world this guy's living in, where it's not like we're playing small passes. Okay, Nick Alpha, how about trying to get that ball? Ryan, who we've brought on for Gary Workman. Nice header there to McCaw, to Ferguson. Nick Alpha, in danger of being renamed Nick Beta. Ferguson, Braniff, all these guys just passing it back and forth. Nick Alpha is a beta and decides not to do anything with it and forces the retreat, which then leads to them, other team getting the ball. Good tackle by Harris, but not enough to get a hold of it. And Culverwell there for the stop, fortunately. Here's McCaw looking for the corner to Harris. Not on target. Harris, maybe not a good choice for that position, but that's what we've put him in since we took off Betts. Make another sub here. Take off Doherty, as he is pretty tired, and bring on Jack Holmes. Not sure. I can't make any more substitutions. Didn't realize I'd made 3 already. I guess he's just going to have to die, as he's going to be absolutely devastatingly tired after this game. And they still don't score. They've gotten some chances here in the second half, and they have not capitalized. We're really fortunate that they have been poor with their finishing. Harris looking to waste some time here. Does finally kick it off. Finds Nick Alpha, who just heads it. I don't know why. Every time we give it to one of these strikers, they just head it to the nearest defender. And they've forced a corner. Not much time. 3 minutes left. stoppage time, and we've got the ball. So it does look like it's going to be a win. Doubtful they're going to be able to score 2 in 30 seconds. McGarvey, a good tackle. Dangerous, but got all ball there. That's the best tackle I've seen since Ricky Evans. And that should be it here soon. I don't know why. It should be the last play here as our guys just kick it around, and hopefully we'll get a whistle. Oh, they're going to get another chance, another opportunity. But again, this will be Harris just kick it away, and that'll be it. The ref will blow the whistle. We're now 14 seconds over the 3-minute time. Extra time. And it's just been kicked back and forth. There's no reason why the ref shouldn't blow this whistle and end this game for a victory for us in this cup final. And he finally does. Thankfully. Very pleased with their performance. Oh, that wasn't a final. That was the 4th round. We're not even getting any money for that. I don't know if Ferguson was the man of the match. I don't. Do people want Lewis McGarvey? Okay, I'm not even going to be here next year when he can actually leave. So we didn't even merit a response. I mean, think about this. We didn't even merit a response for that Cardiff City job. We didn't even get an email telling us that we weren't going to get it. Here are some interesting jobs, though. These ones I'm interested. Oh, these guys are in danger of relegation now, as they're in like last place. So these are all the teams down here in the bottom. And I don't know that I want to go to a team that's definitely going to get relegated and there's nothing I can do about it. What we would say is, hey, we'll take over next season when you're in the league below. We don't want to have to put up with your losses. Well, this team actually isn't. This team, Ebbsfleet, not one of the ones down here in relegation. So we might be able to stay up in the National League. They've just performed well under probably what they were expected, which is good for us because if that means there's a good team and we just need to come in and sort of clean it up a little bit with some new people. No, they were expected to finish 20th. So I don't know. Who do they have on their team? Milan Bars is their best player. 19-year-old Dutchman. Formerly of Manchester United. Before that, AFC Ajax. So he's probably actually pretty good. Winger. 1 goal and 5 assists and 30 appearances. That sounds like the system. I'm going to go ahead and apply for it. Why not? I'm going to apply for that Ebbsfleet job, and that's it. So we'll apply for the Ebbsfleet job. Don't know if, why not apply for the Wolverhampton Wanderers Premier League job? We're definitely not going to get that one. If Cardiff City didn't even merit something telling us that they weren't going to hire us, then definitely not getting that one. So they have received our job application, and they're going to Steve Lovell is currently in temporary charge of the team affairs, and we will be giving him the opportunity to prove he deserves the job before making any decision on the new head coach. So we may not even get an interview for that one. That might have been the problem with Cardiff City as well. Maybe they decided to go with the other guy and didn't give any interviews, and then didn't tell people that had applied. We'll take a look at Cardiff and see. what ended up happening. Yeah, I mean, they still have this guy, so they're giving this guy a shot, I guess. They're giving him a chance. And, I mean, to be honest, he's done well to bring them back up into the range where they should be. So that's not surprising that they're just going to stick with him. I mean, there's no way we're ever going to get that job, but you can dream. You can dream. All right, so here is the Cup final, and hopefully Dean Shields will be available for this, although McCaw certainly didn't throw the game away or anything in the last game and coming in as a substitute or as a replacement, I should say. Barry O'Hare has turned 17 today and thus can now be given a professional contract with Lisburn Distillery. I recommend against offering O'Hare a professional contract at this time, as he doesn't have enough potential to justify professional terms at this stage. Okay. Dream on, dream on, dream until your dreams come true. Okay, so looks like Shields is not fully match fit yet. Lisburn Distillery seek further NIFL Cup glory. 6 times NIFL winners. So we've won it 6 times. Lisburn Distillery are gearing up to take on Crusaders FC in Saturday's final. Should they manage to lift the trophy over, the team will no doubt look back at their memorable victory over the NIFL Cup semifinal as the Glenavon FC as perhaps the defining moments. All right, well, I'm going to send my assistant because I don't want to waste time talking to these reporters. So here it is, the Cup final that I thought was the last game. I thought we were in the Cup final, but no, it is today. Hopefully, even if we lose this, we make some money from this. I don't know. Hold a team meeting. Ease the pressure on them. Okay, we'll see it. Everyone's going to be hyping this matchup because it's a Cup final. But I don't want you to pay attention to that. It's just another match as far as we're concerned. And that has done it. That's exactly what we wanted. Everybody's excited about it being calm. And I think they're happy about it. I don't know. I guess we'll do this. Stephen Baxter seemed to dismiss any chance of your team coming out on top. I don't even waste my time with that. If we haven't shown that we can beat teams in the leagues ahead of us, then I don't know what else we've shown this year. Dean Shields' training is poor. He does look like he's back from his injury, so he could at least be on the bench for us and hopefully can come in and score some sort of goal or get an assist or something. As his average rating is pretty decent. Let's see what his average rating is. 5 appearances, 7.13. So not bad. Not good, but not bad. Praise Gareth Doherty here for a job well done in training. I mean, there's zero chance we're going to get that Premier League job, but you never know. Maybe they're like, hey, the wild card. This guy didn't know anything about soccer before taking this job over in Northern Ireland, and he's taking that team to winning a cup and looking like they're going to win the league, hopefully. Lord willing, and maybe winning 2 cups. I mean, so many cups, ridiculous, with no money, no benefit of actually playing in them up until the final. Like, you don't make the final, not worth your time. You lost money by playing in these. They're on poor form, and we have, other than that loss, that random loss to Armagh City, who absolutely has our number. They've had some poor form coming into this, and we're at home. Attacking has got us this far, playing that attacking form of football, of soccer here. I'm tempted to drop it down, but we're going to come out swinging. I should have checked the bench. Oh, that hurts. As Shields is not on the bench like I wanted him. Oh, well. Nothing we can do about it now. Oh. What do they want me to say? No real pressure on us? Sure. Sure, buddy. Passionately say I have faith in them after I just told them, hey, there's no pressure. But I have faith in you to win this. Don't care. Not talking to the journos. All right, let's see. Let's see what. So far, we are the only team with a shot on goal. It was not on target, and there's no highlights yet. But we're absolutely dominating in terms of possession, keeping a hold of the ball. And this is their first look as they finally get up to the pitch. And it's in. All right, so it's going to be a loss. I am going to drop back to at least a positive thing here. So we're not. Just to make sure, we are playing a bigger team away. Is this home? I thought we were home. Who's the home team here? It's the Cup final, so maybe we're the home team, but we're playing at a neutral location. I guess would make sense. One shot on target, and they've made it. Oh, that's not what you want to see. No more highlights. We're absolutely dominating in terms of shots on target, possession. Just one shot on goal, and they've made it. Come on. Hopefully I can give some inspiring words here to inspire the team. But I mean, secretly inside of my brain, I don't think they're going to. And here we got another highlight. Looks like it's for them. They've had one shot on target, one goal the whole game, and they've made it. And here's probably going to be shot number 2 and another goal. If we may have to just switch back to attacking, and I think we are going to, because they're going to score here. That's frustrating. Well, if you just looked at these stats here, you would think we'd be winning. You really would. And we don't have Dean Shields on the bench. Take off Michael O'Neill, bring on Michael O'Hanlon, because we are in Ireland. And it's just not going to be enough. I mean, we'll switch to very attacking here, as we do have something, finally a highlight for us, as Doherty looking to do something. His poor pass gets it to Gary Workman, who tries to find somebody in the middle, does not. Nobody seemed to want to get it from Workman's good pass to the middle. And we've retreated to our end of the pitch for no reason. Nobody around that guy. He could have turned around. He could have dribbled. He could have done something. As then we just boot it forward to Metz, who fortunately heads it to Braniff to right. Looking for Doherty. And Doherty just, of course, heads it to the other team. And that looks like it's probably going to be that's it. 3. This is ridiculous. This is going to be another goal. Watch this. Nope. Thankfully not. But still, 3 shots on target, 2 of which were goals. And if you just looked at this, didn't look at the score, but looked at the other stats of this game, you'd think we'd win this. It's a little frustrating. It's a little disappointing to see. And then we've given him a free kick. The attendance is a lot. 5,409 of them are the other team. We managed to have 600 something? 800 something? 800? Yeah. Great. It's disappointing. I thought we had a good chance in this, and when I saw that we were the only ones getting shots on goal, I thought, man, we just need to sneak one past them. But it was not to be. It's possible I should have come in with a cautious mentality in this and played for the play for the one goal and play very defensively, but it's not what we've been doing all season. And it may have been a mistake. I'll give you that. But again, this is a team that should be beating us way easier than they have. We've just not looked very threatening today. Mets looking to do nothing, probably. Just going to kick it to somebody else and make it somebody else's problem. No, he continues to dribble it to no avail. Yeah, okay, finds right. Over to Workman. Workman looking to get across into the box. Unfortunately, their defense did well to stop that, but it is out for a throw-in and no highlight. Oh, I was hoping for a win here. I guess at this point, there's no reason not to substitute something here, as we finally get something near their goal, but nobody's there to put it in. And there's so little time left. It's unlikely that a goal here will make too much of a difference. Oh, I thought that was in. I really thought that one was in. It looked like it was in from Gary Workman. Workman with the cross. Nobody underneath it. Forsyth with the clearance. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Kai Smith's got a yellow card, and they celebrate their well-deserved trophy win as they were able to convert the chances. Again, if you just look at these numbers, they had 20 fouls. I mean, they were probably just hammering our guys as they got down to that end of the field, and they were, 4 yellow cards. We had 8 shots on target, which that's not great considering we started out with a considerable amount in the first half. I don't think their performance was excellent, but I don't want them to drop into some sort of funk over this, because this team came in a heavy favorite, and they ought to have won. Look at this. Horrendous. $5,000 for coming second in that. Ugh. I wonder how much we would have got if we won. Oh, man. I think we did fairly well considering that they are 2 leagues ahead of us. Are they a professional team? I doubt it, but let's see. If they're a professional team, then we definitely they're a professional team. 7th in the Premier League, premiership in this top league. Should have absolutely destroyed us, wrecked us. We're part-timers. They're full-time, training every day, and we did really well against them. So there is no shame in that. As we now have Kai Smets and Owen Betts suspended for the next game, which is a league game that we need to win. I think that's a good place to stop for the night. A devastating, horrible loss. Absolutely brutal, as we now lose 2 and 4 games after not having lost some for 10. It's looking hopeful for the league. I'm cautiously optimistic about winning the league. Again, we these teams are in striking distance. They've played 2 more games than us, though, and that's the thing to keep in mind. Is we've played the least amount of games because we've been getting deeper into these cups, into these cup games. As you see, Kai Smets absolutely fall off. He was leading the league one time in goals scored. And you can see here, just fall off. Hasn't gotten anything. He has scored in the cup games, not in this last cup game, obviously. But again, we've got they're going to finish their season before, well, not Bangor, because Bangor's our last game, but Limvady, who we still have to play, is they're going to finish their season before us. So if we can at least get a draw against them, hopefully we just get an outright win. Then they're not a challenge. It's not going to be a big deal in terms of beating them, because we do have that two games in hand. Basically, we just have to get a couple of points from those games. Hopefully we can get 3 points against them and then they're just done. But you can see here we've got 4 games left. They've got 2 games left. So we've got 4 games to pick up something like, how many points do we need to secure it? I don't know how to do the math here, but we've got 4 games and they're 4 points behind us. So we need to pick up something like 5 points from 4 games. That's 2 wins and 2 draws, or win and 2 draws, or 2 wins. And I think we've won it. If we win 2 more games in the league, I think that's enough. As they have 2, 6, that'd be, yeah, they'd have to win both. They have to win both of their remaining games, and we just have to win 1 to beat them. And then Bangor would have to win. They've got 3 games left, and if they won all of those, they'd be at 4. So we would have to just win 1 and draw 1, and they'd have to win out. Bangor would have to beat us in the last game of the season to win it for themselves. If we don't go in already having the victory in the league. So there's a good shot at winning the league, which will be a consolation after that cup loss. But let's check the finances. And unless his money disappears, we've made $57,000. That's those gate receipts. That was a big sellout crowd. A lot of people there, especially their team bringing in. That was a good thing. Their team bringing so many fans. We had a decent amount of fans come in for that. That was big. Too bad we didn't get the victory. I mean, if we had gotten the prize money, I think might have wiped out the entire debt. As long as we don't get some phantom other payment down here, some embezzlement, then that was a really good month for us in terms of income. And let's see, we've also got 2 more cup games coming up, the quarterfinals. So if we can at least win one of those quarterfinals and get into another final, we're looking at doing that again and hopefully having another big month to bring us out of that debt, or at least close, and then winning that championship. I think we'll probably get money for winning the championship, the league championship. And then hopefully we'll be looking solid for that. And this is a team that we've beaten other teams in the league ahead of us. The Ballyclare is in. We've beaten Newry City and at least one other team. Ards, I think we beat, or did we? Let me see. Maybe I'm just remembering right. Ards beat us. No, we beat Ards in the second round of that cup we just lost. 1-0. And yeah. So, yeah, it's looking promising. These losses were tough, especially this one against Armagh City. But I'm hopeful. We did get $3,000 for the television rights to that cup final. So that was nice. If we can get to another cup finals, we might actually leave this team with a surplus as opposed to the loss that they're anticipating. I mean, whatever that others payment was, I don't know. But I do think we're going to end it there, as it is now We've been streaming for 2 hours. We've gotten through a big chunk of the things that I wanted to, which was that cup final was what I was aiming to get through, and we've done well to get there. If you liked this stream, it's probably because you follow this channel and you're familiar with my work, with the videos that I do. Thanks, Mark Anthony, yes, I appreciate it. Congratulations to you, Football Manger Watcher. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, I'm assuming everyone that's watching is subscribed and has already liked. But if you haven't, I urge you to do so, as it is helpful to me. If you can share out some of those, those pre-recorded videos I make that are kind of fun for people to watch. There's one about Han Solo shooting and being the only one that shoots, and how that's a reference to The Good and Bad and the Ugly, which, if you didn't know, it might be an interesting video to watch. That's a good one, I think, to share with people. There's also an analysis of a scene from Snow White that seemed popular with people. And I think those videos could do pretty well if people go out there and start sharing them around. Say, hey, I really like this video. You should check it out. That'd be helpful to me. Again, thank you for watching, and good night.